Welcome to Z's and Threes,
For three for the win. Yes!
where we provide comprehensive coverage of the No-Show Basketball League. Why do I call it that? Well, you will find out tonight in House Shoes, a small but mighty 4-game slate for Tuesday night across the association. The Cleveland Cavaliers looking for their second win streak of the season of 15 games. Pacers Bucks were squaring off for a full game swing battle, chasing the 4 seed. In the East, trying to get into that mix, the Detroit Pistons in action as well, and the Clippers trying to claw their way back into guaranteed playoff positioning. Every game of consequence on Tuesday. And House Shoes, I believe to have found a reason why the Cavaliers and Thunder are having so much success this season, and it's quite simple. Before we tip, if you like the show, please do like and subscribe. Give us 5 stars if you're listening on pod. Share with a friend to stay in the know. Let's get it. Group chat. Game of the night. Milwaukee, Indiana group chat game of the night. Full game separated the two prior. It was 36-27 the record for the Bucks coming into it, 35-28 for the Pacers. So this one uber important. Also, third meeting of the season between the two. Indy was getting their leader and point guard Tyrese Haliburton back after a 3-game absence. And what a game it was. 21 lead changes, 22 ties. Let's go right to the drama. 1-point lead for the Pacers with $1:51 left. Haliburton turns it over with the travel. Gary Trent Jr. cashes on a 3, making it a 2-point Bucks lead. Pacers on their ensuing possession, 2 looks from 3. Aaron Nesmith miss. Miles Turner rebound. Hook 'em horns. Andrew Nembhard misses off the rebound. Bucks, though, can't make him pay. Trent Jr. corner 3 miss. The Pacers come back down. The possession disjointed, but it does earn a shooting foul. Nembhard going to the line, 6.8 seconds left. His team down 2. Just got to make both your free throws. Give yourself a chance. Play for overtime. He misses the first, makes the second. Indy has to foul. They do such on Damian Lillard. Great free throw shooter goes to the line, swishes both. 114-111. What is the one thing you cannot do if you are the Milwaukee Bucks? That is foul a 3-point shooter. Pacers run 4 verticals. Haliburton ducks behind towards the sideline where Nembhard is inbounding, tosses him the ball. Haliburton catches on the run, nails the 3, body flying through the air because of both of his momentum and a whistle. Foul on Giannis. Chance for a 4-point play. Well, before we could get there, the refs would have to review. They do confirm that it was indeed a foul on Giannis. A long stoppage, though. Haliburton coolly stepping to the line, nails the go-ahead free throw. 1-point advantage. Still time, though, for the Bucks. They inbound to Giannis, full head of steam, 2 dribbles going from foul line to 3-point line. Pulls up, 3 runner for the win. Does not go. Pacers pull off the improbable. Tyrese Haliburton winning it in regulation with a 4-point play. 115-114. Game high 25. 12 rebounds for Pascal Siakam. 14 points, 10 assists for Haliburton in his return. And 19.17 rebounds for Giannis. Pacers get their first win in the season series. It is 2-1 in favor of the Bucks. The final meeting of the season series coming Saturday in Milwaukee. Rest of the slate, just 3 other games to get to. But as mentioned, they were all good and they all had meaning. Cleveland, Brooklyn. Pacers-Bucks game was good enough to knock the Cavs in pursuit of their 15th straight victory off the top billing for group chat game of the night. Hosting Brooklyn, who just knocked off the LeBron-less Lakers. Donovan Mitchell was sitting out this game for some rest. I don't know what it was on the injury report. We'll get to that. Would 15 be easy for the Cavs? No. Nets build an 18-point lead early in the third quarter. Cavs, though, hit a 23-8 run. Game tied at 94, 7:35 left. Let's get a wild lead swing alert because Darius Garland brings it in the fourth quarter. He alone scored 18 points, which was equal to the total quarter for the Nets. His team scores 31, so 31-18. The Cavs outscore the Nets, and the Cavs win the game 109-104, making it 15 consecutive for the second time this season. Remember, they began the year 15-0. They also had a 12-game win streak. So check my math. That is 42 consecutive games they have won with obviously breaks in between. What a season for the Cavs it has been thus far. 30 points from Garland, 23 points, 13 rebounds from Jarrett Allen. What's next for the Cavs? Friday at Memphis, and then Sunday they host Orlando before embarking on a 5-game Western Conference road swing. Cavs become the first team to clinch a home playoff spot. Pistons trying to get into the mix for that 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. That would earn them a home playoff series as well. Great opponent for the evening to build some wins against the Washington Wizards. Detroit goes buzzer to buzzer. They win 123-103, 27-8-10 from All-NBA Cade Cunningham. You got my vote. 15 points, 13 rebounds from Jalen Duren. Final game of the night, the Clippers down in the Big Easy taking on the Pelicans. The best the Pelicans can do at this point, their season went by the wayside long ago, is play spoiler. The Clippers starting a 3-game road set, trying to do such on the right foot. LA is the worst road team of the 10 playoff hopefuls in the West. New Orleans had a 21-point lead halfway through the second half, but the Clippers fight back to nullify. Wild lead swing alert. The Pelicans then go on a 23-9 run themselves to build another double-digit lead, going up 17 with 9:17 left. Clippers trim that to 3 with a $1:15 left, but they cannot get over the hump. It was missed free throws, missed threes, specifically from James Harden, that failed to make it interesting. A tough loss for LA. 127-120, 23 points for CJ McCollum, 22, 10, and 12 for Zion Williamson, a triple-double that Shaq immediately disparaged on Inside the NBA. 21 points for Trey Murphy III. Pelicans can only lament what the season might have been had they been healthy. How does all of that affect the standings? The Cavaliers move to 55-10. They are now 2 full games ahead of the Thunder for the best record in the league. Pacers win, evens their record with the Bucks. Both teams now 36-28. The Pistons, though, hot on their heels at 37-29. Milwaukee, Indy, Detroit is how things currently stand. Milwaukee has the tiebreak. That's why they're ahead. The 4 seed in home playoffs against one of those other 2 teams. Remember, 4 plays 5 will be the prize for securing the 4. Finally, Clippers losing. They fall a game and a half behind the Wolves for 7th in the West, but a game and a half they remain ahead of the Kings, who are in 9th. Heavy Pour, leading score of the night, presented by Portland Water. Visit them at drinkpdxwater.com. Order some water. It's very delicious. Darius Garland poured in 30 in his team's 15th consecutive win this evening. Dunk of the night. If you'd like to sponsor Dunk of the Night, get it your boy. Emails down below. I'm going to give it to Zion Williamson, a pretty prolific dunker, at least in terms of power. He was driving to his right hand, surprisingly enough, for a flush in the game this evening. Performance of the night, Tyrese Haliburton, solely for his made 3-pointer and the made free throw to win the game. Coming back from a 3-game layoff in your own building against a playoff seeding foe. Big-time players, big-time plays. He made them. News items coming out across the league for the day. The Thunder, they will be without their all-star Jalen Williams, a.k.a. J-Dub, sitting their Wednesday night game against the defending champ Boston Celtics out. He sustained a hip injury in that second game against Denver Monday night that caused him to leave and not return after 14 minutes of play. Jonathan Kuminga, well, he is getting set for a return to the Warriors lineup. He has been out since January 4th. An ankle injury sustained against the Kings. He missed 31 games. Kid was balling too, playing the best basketball of his career. Interested to see how he slots in with the new look Warriors, 9-1 over their last 10, clicking with the passion rediscovered Jimmy Butler. As much as some fans may dislike or hate these teams, well, Lakers, Celtics, good for the league. People watch. 4.6 million viewers averaged on Saturday night's matchup in ABC, the primetime game. It was the most for a non-Christmas regular season game since 2018. The game peaked with 5.3 million viewers. And finally, some sad news. Bucks owner and a 12-year NBA veteran, Junior Bridgman, was reported as passing away suddenly at age 71. He had gone from playing collegiately at Louisville, leading his team to a Final Four, to 12 seasons in the NBA, to a self-made billionaire through publishing and restaurant businesses, owned Wendy's and Chili's franchises, Ebony and Jet magazines. He had never made more than $350,000 in a season in his NBA career, but became one of the wealthiest former athletes in the world. Was announced in purchasing a 10% stake of the Bucks September of 2024, a franchise he had played with for 711 games, the third most in franchise history. His jersey was retired by the Bucks in 1988. House shoes. I'm just wearing some Jordan Brand slides this evening, and I want to talk playing versus competing. Because welcome to the NBA, the No-Show Basketball Association. That is a harsh term, but why have I said such? Let me elaborate. I was watching the end of the Bucks-Pacers game. Cavs had just finished off their comeback to make it 15 wins in a row, and I was texting with a friend who watches a lot of NBA, is also a Z's and Threes subscriber. If you are not, please do like and subscribe. Share with a friend who needs some more knowledge on the league. And I had said this: the NBA is now a no-show league. Between the scheduling and load management, teams play, but they're not competing every single night. There's a difference. What is that? It's an attention to detail. It's doing the little things. It's the habit-building coach speak that we hear but drone out because it doesn't seem like the path to success. And teams are grouped into different categories. First, teams that flat out just don't know how to do these things. Big factor in that is the lack of veteran presence on rosters. I saw a clip where Austin Rivers was talking about that. Teams these days would rather see what they have in a younger player than keep a wise old vet. This thinking to me is ultimately flawed because your young guys never really learn how to play and operate in the league. Truly how to play and operate in the league. And eventually they just become talented old guys whose careers have passed by, supplanted by the talented young guys. League is littered with them, don't need to name names. Next group, it's teams that know how to do these things, but they aren't willing to. And these can be for valid reasons. Doing such takes a lot of energy and effort. It is a long-ass season. I know. I have done 20 weeks worth of Z's and Threes episodes. 5 a week. That's over 100 episodes. Night in, night out. Now, I'm not trying to equate that with running up and down the basketball court, physically exerting myself, getting up to play professional sports at a level, but it is tiresome. Some nights you feel like you're putting up $140 and the hoop feels as wide as a trash can. Some nights you are just slogging through trying to get done. It is just human nature. And I promise you folks, for these professional athletes playing in the NBA, some nights it is still just a job. It's easy to get up for the big games, the big shows, national TV, premier opponent, group chat game of the night. I have a great idea. Can't wait to sell y'all. But what do you have on a Tuesday night when you run down? You're tired. You're playing on a back-to-back. Your kid's sick. What are you going to bring? It's the ability to approach both with the same attitude that is a major talent. It's mental fortitude. It's what makes the best athletes the best at what they do. Also, we have created a culture where the only winning that truly matters to some is in the playoffs. So teams to varying degrees are playing to solely get to the playoffs. That's why we have the term load management, aka saving it for later. What later are you saving it for? Well, when it matters, when legacies are defined come playoff time. For some teams, it's just a lack of talent. They're trying hard, and that will put you in a lot of NBA games now, but talent usually wins out. It's when you combine the two, talent and try, that you get what we are seeing this season. The success of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder is because of such. A lot of NBA fans Deeply invested ones and casual fans, myself included, are trying to make sense of both of these teams. Are they this good? Historically great, not just good. The Cavs are on pace to have the third best record in NBA history. These Cavs, the third best team, that is no shade to them and no shade to the success that the Thunder are having either. In fact, it's props. It's props for doing what the other teams can't seem to or refuse to do night in and night out. And that is come to the arena to compete, to win basketball games. Not just play basketball games and maybe be good enough to get a favorable outcome. I'm not saying this applies to every player because plenty of guys play hard and want to win, but everyone is talented to a degree. That's why they are in the NBA. But the difference between success and failure, winning and losing, it's who shows up. And the biggest reason, in my opinion, why the Cavs and Thunder are having historic seasons, it's that they show up every game wanting to win. What to watch across the 9 games Wednesday night in the NBA. Thunder Celtics, no J-Dub, no Jason Tatum already announced, but it still should be a great game between the defending champs Celtics and the title hopeful Thunder. Wolves Nuggets, game 3 of the regular season series. Wolves have won the 2 played thus far, both in the Twin Cities. This one will be in Denver. Rematch of last year's 7-game playoff series. Knicks, Blazers, Suns, Rockets, and Clippers Heat all might be sneaky good as well. Signature Sneaker Showdown Episode 2 is coming on Friday. I know I said Thursday, but I don't want it to get lost in the sauce of the daily show. As always, Z's and Threes has got you on everything NBA, scores, stories, news, and notes. If you like the show, please do like, subscribe, share with a friend. We'll see you here tomorrow. Peace.